I.Eat.Games, yeah.
Hey partners, Mark here, and we are in Saint Denis, and I'm going to show you how to unlock the Gunsmith's secret room. Oh yes, he has a secret room in the back here, and there's a couple things you need to do in order to get access to it. And once we get access to it, there is some interesting things going on in the background. Now, when you walk into the store, you can see in the back room, that is the door we want to gain access to. And initially, I just walked back there and he starts barking and saying, "What are you doing back there? What are you doing?" Hey, well, I couldn't get a prompt. And I thought that was kind of odd. And if that happens to you, where you don't get a prompt to knock on the door, come back over here and start looking through his catalog. That's what I did. I just went through and I was looking at components and what he has to offer. Then I went back, and once I did all that, I got the prompt to knock on the door, which is what we're looking for. There it is. So go ahead and knock on the door, and there's a gentleman who's going to look through the slider and say, invitation only. But that's okay. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, now it says the hidden operation. We found it, and now we can rob him and his little side business. So go ahead, and we're going to walk up to the gunsmith, press the left trigger, and then we're going to hit, you don't have to squeeze both triggers, but just hit R2. And so he's going to try and talk you out of it. But we want to tell him we know about the back room and we want access to it. And if you did knock, you should have access to pressing up on the D-pad to tell him about it. So you have to knock on that door and you have to have that cutscene happen. So he's going to try and talk you out of it and say nothing's going on there, but just keep pointing the gun at him and eventually he will walk back here. So this is where it gets a little... You got to be careful with what you do here, because we do not want to fire our gun or the sheriffs will be all over here. So it's really important that we use our melee. So when you have your gun out, when you hit the circle button or the B button, you cold cock and hit people and it knocks them out. So it's really important you do that. We want to take everybody out as quickly as possible. And to do that, with the gun out, just hit the circle or the B button like I'm going to do right here. And this other guy's going to kind of freak out. And so I just kept hitting him over and over. I thought it would knock him out, but I couldn't knock him out. So what I decided to do is grab the rope and hog tie him. And I just didn't want anybody to go and tattletale or anything. And this guy's already knocked out, and I thought maybe somebody might see him through the door, so I decided to move his body. So you might want to do that too. I don't know. I was able to do this without alerting any cops, without anybody getting notified, which is great, because I forgot to put on my mask again too. I actually don't know if that would help in any way with the secret mission, but I didn't wear a mask and everything was fine. So you're gonna go up the stairs all the way up to the very top floor to the second door way in the back here. Let me go ahead and circle it for you. That's the door we want to go. Now behind that door there is a guy with a gun. Again, do not use your pistol, do not make any noises. Use the circle button. He's going to threaten you. Just walk up on him quickly, hit the circle button, and cold cock him, and you should be able to knock him out. These guys are going to freak out. Do not fire your guns, and we're going to threaten them. And so, okay, so there's more to this room. Yes, there's money on the table, and we want the money on the table. We're breaking up this poker game. But there's something else going on here. So first things first, you definitely want to go grab the money on the table. And once we grab the money on the table, we're going to start threatening these guys, because behind the guy standing up against the wall is a safe, and he's clearly trying to hide it from us. So we need to start threatening these guys so that they eventually give us access to the safe, because the only guy who knows about who has the combination is the guy standing up in front of it. So we got 50 bucks there. So now let's go ahead and aim our weapon at the guys. And I had to do, you can't just aim and threaten just one guy. There's the safe, by the way. You can see it right behind him. So you want to hit the circle or the B button and start threatening them with your gun out. And so the option to threaten is going to gray out. You got to wait till they're done talking, and then you hit it again. And just keep threatening them, keep threatening them. Once I finally threatened the guy with the blue coat on, he finally said, he spoke up and said, "You're going to get us killed." And he said, "Just shut up." And then threaten this guy again, and then you'll finally get access to the safe. Now, there's not a ton of money in the safe, but it's still kind of cool to come up here, see this whole thing happen, and know you're not going to get in trouble because they're doing something illegally too. So go ahead and grab the money, $16. I'm wondering if it's going to be the safe for you folks too. Why don't you leave a comment down below and let me know if you got the same amount of money as I did. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help me out quite a bit. Once you go ahead and search the room and grab everything, don't forget there's a little bar over here on the side of the room. We're going to go ahead and go back there, and feel free to search it. I feel like if you do it correctly, we got plenty of time. These guys are not going to go off running or tattletale. We tied everybody up down below, or they're either knocked out. And you should have enough time to search through everything without the sheriff coming. And then when you go through the store, it's up to you if you want to do it. I decided to go ahead and go for it, but I decided to steal the money out of the cash register. You have to use the lock breaker. You need to have that in your possession in order to gain access to this cash register. But, you know, it's another 15, 20 bucks. Why not? These guys are breaking law anyway. And then you can also, if you want, you could go through and start taking ammo and other things, and you'll get a morality hit every time you do it, but it's up to you if you want to do it. Thanks again for checking out my video, guys. I do appreciate it. Hope you're having fun with the game.